Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Saturday, August 12th. On the impact map, monsoonal moisture, where you see these dots here, isolated to scattered showers. Wet, mostly we see the green, yellow meaning a mix of wet and dry. We have a fairly large area today. Tomorrow it kind of consolidates, but it's Monday where some of that lightning, some of that monsoonal moisture starts moving into some of our driest areas of northwest Nevada where we have had very little precipitation in the past couple of weeks. It's going to be our main concern late this weekend into early next week for new ignitions. Otherwise, a lot of lightning across southern and central areas the past 24 hours, but also a significant amount of precipitation. We see some of those darker blues, that's close to a half inch of rain. Otherwise, spottier activity, about a quarter to a tenth of an inch of rain, but definitely the trend is towards moistening. So, in all that lightning, not that much in terms of new fires. There are some new starts in and around here. Some of this could be lightning caused, further north could be human. You can see the precipitation of the past 7 days, not including the past 24 hours. We had some decent precip up in the north earlier on. They've since dried out, but that monsoonal surge has moved into the southern areas once again. You can see some of those darker blue to green shades, quarter to a half inch. Percent of normal, you can see definitely above normal in the north. ERCs have taken a nosedive and into the greens and yellows in a lot of areas, but you see the upward arrows here in Idaho. That means ERCs are on the rise again, while they are on the decline closer to the monsoonal moisture down in the south. And of course, we have our transition zone here in some of our drier areas. On the satellite imagery, there is the monsoonal moisture. Its deep origin out of central Mexico coming up into the Four Corners, into Utah, and part of it breaking off here into Nevada. And this is the part we're worried about curving in further to the west. So for today, there's a little low pressure area helping steer this moisture. Remember, counterclockwise flow, so from the south and then pushing it this way. So there'll be some moisture that breaks off into central Nevada, starting to push to the west. The deeper source still across the Arizona Strip and into the southern third of Utah. You can see where our 7 days really green, and the only critical areas are areas further to the west. Humidity, that's where the humidity be driest in the teens, otherwise 20 to 30% humidities. Wind, a little breezy up here in the Snake River Plain, and their humidities are in the teens. That's something to watch, but here is our spotty shower activity. You can see actually quite a bit of coverage. So we should see a lot of lightning, but also higher humidity as well. So new starts doing something significant will probably be a minimum and a good portion of coverage across the eastern areas. And looks like the convective activity consolidates a little bit across parts of southwest Utah and south central Nevada, but goes up into the Sierra a little bit. Otherwise, high pressure, hot and dry across parts of Idaho. So they're starting to dry out quite a bit. You can see the humidity still driest in that northwest corner. Otherwise, 20 to 30% across most other areas. Wind's not really a big issue. The purples you see are outflow boundaries from thunderstorms. Here's where the lightning and thunderstorms will be, and some of that rain could be locally heavier as you get into the terrain of western Nevada, where it borders California's high Sierra. And then on Monday, that's where the monsoonal moisture, part of it breaks off to the east and into our far southeastern areas. Another part breaks off into northwest Nevada and California. That'll be the best chance of lightning actually igniting over some of our driest fuels. Even there, humidities will be on the rise, but that'll be the biggest concern. So we've issued high risk for that. Humidity is still in the teens. Wind's not really an issue. Here is the precipitation starting to move more into northwestern portions of the Great Basin, and the gray areas are spotty, light precipitation amounts, just a few hundredths of an inch. 3-day precipitation totals through here. And as we go into Tuesday, another piece of monsoonal moisture breaks off into the Arizona Strip and southern Utah. Some drier air briefly into Nevada. But then as we go into Wednesday, monsoonal moisture breaks off and again starts forming up. This is thanks to this low pressure area adding some dynamics to the mix. And then that moisture starts shifting further north and eastwards into parts of Idaho and back into Utah and the Strip. And then more streams of monsoonal moisture pushing into our southern and eastern areas. Maybe some gradual drying into the far west. We'll see how that plays out. 7-day precipitation totals and the 8 to 14 day kind of shows above normal temperatures, but also above normal precipitation. So the monsoon should be quite active and pushing further northwards. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.